Yeah, sorry.
Everybody wants to.
That's what happens. You should have run slower if you didn't want this.
All right, here we go. Go ahead. Close your mouth, because it's really hard to hear on this.
Kat, congratulations.
It's not on. Keep going. Is it turned on? There you go.
Kat,
There we go.
congratulations on your first 100-mile. It's kind of an impressive first 100-mile race. How do you feel?
Well, it was my fourth 100.
Oh,
But it still feels I don't even unreal. Yeah, completely unreal. I had no idea, you know. I'm so blessed to like be surrounded by so many amazing women, but that also like you got to go into it being a little humble. So when you're around so many women, amazing women, and all women, who are all amazing.
that was super well said. So it is your first Western States.
Yes.
Yeah. And I seem to remember another kindergarten teacher from Colorado winning this race a few years ago. Was Anita part of your inspiration for this?
I mean, I honestly didn't know she was a kindergarten teacher, but obviously she's a hero. Hi, Anita. But, yeah, I mean, I have so many inspirations. I can't even count them on my fingers.
Looks like kindergarten teachers do well here. I was interested, a lot of the men were saying what a struggle it was for the first 10, 15 miles of the race with the snow and slipping and sliding and then some of the mud. Was it kind of a grind through there, and then getting out of there you seemed to really close later in the race and get stronger as you got kind of towards the middle in the end?
Yeah, I think someone told me I was 30th at that point. They were like, yeah, 30th woman. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty discouraged. Probably didn't handle it too gracefully. Maybe, hopefully some people saw it as grace. But I don't know, it probably worked out for the best because I couldn't really run in the snow or in the mud. Lost my timing chip right away in the mud. But yeah, it was probably for the better because I didn't go out too hard. Oh, I forgot to stop my watch.
So I saw you just before you took the lead, just before Forest Hill, and you looked strong and comfortable coming up Bath Road. Tell me about taking the lead.
I was really scared. I didn't know how I felt about being chased, but actually I think I ran harder after that, but it was kind of unbelievable, and I was kind of trying to hang back for as long as possible, and I wanted to start racing hard at the river and was going to try and hang back until then, but it just kind of happened, and then was running scared, I guess. But it felt comfortable for some of it not.
Yeah, it's just, and it seemed like the ladies' race was going back and forth quite a bit. I mean, you didn't take the lead till, almost 3/4 of the way through the race. Was there a lot of jockeying back and forth, and, there was other ladies in the lead and then other women dropping back? How was it like in the middle where it seemed like people were moving back and forth on a pretty steady basis?
Well, I didn't really know what was going on at front at all for most of the day. But for me, I made a decision around, I was sick of getting passed after the snow stuff. And I made I didn't know if it was gonna happen, but it was more for just morale because I was in kind of a bad space after the snow in the first 15 miles, it's never good. So it's just like, I'm not gonna let anyone else pass me till the finish. And that's a lofty goal, obviously, but I mean, no one passed me. I don't know if that's what you're asking, but that's kind of like, I had no idea what was going on the front. I didn't even know what place I was for most of it. Until I think Devil's Son.
Yeah, it seemed like, the snow took a toll on a lot of people, and those that actually took it out a little easier through there and ran fairly conservatively, both like yourself, it seems like you were very, kind of, constrained in the high country, and the guys seemed as well, that those guys had held back a little bit to save a little bit of that energy after they got out of the snow, and be able to persevere through the heat. It seemed like the race turned into a little bit more of a tactical grind to just keep grinding forward and getting ahead. How did you feel as far as that goes, and getting to the finish line and grinding it out? It seemed like a lot of the men were doing that.
I mean, it's always a grind to the finish line. But this race is so crazy because it has so many different elements to it. I think it's unique in that way, It's not just a high country race, and it's not just like, I don't even know what you call the canyons. Crazy. But I don't know. I feel like it was definitely grinding would be the right word. Also, don't know if that was what you were asking. Sorry. Also, who won the men's race?
Ryan Sands.
Oh, cool.
Well, Kat, congratulations. You're quite young. Are you 25 or 23? 25.
I
Okay.
think we got that.
Yeah. So we had that wrong too. But I think that speaks to the nature of this sport, that we just don't know what's going to happen. Kat's not as well known as she will be after tonight. And I just want to say that this is something you're going to have to get used to a little bit. And congratulations, just a fantastic race today.